It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the Steelers, rookie linebacker. He's been one of the best blitzers in the NFL this season and is among the league leader in sacks. It's the Steelers and the Jets, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw here into the hands of Moore. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. This defense for the Steelers, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And his defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. But you talk about this Jets defense against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? But what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the 1st down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right? Why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap, just fall down and pick it up. They got it there.
The Steelers at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, you've got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Vincent. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now a play fake here on first down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so now it comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the big difference in the game? Their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And they rally quickly defensively after the grab, but he gets it to the 42. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Was it a breakdown of protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Crockett. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you can hit the jackpot there.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking for Austin, intercepted. John Johnson with the INT.
And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know, most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Vincent, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st and 10, Crockett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They fire this one quickly to Austin. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And things already were problematic for them. Then you add in the safety, followed by the field goal. Yes, all things considered, not the worst possible outcome, but they've got work to do here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's Mayfield.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A first catch there for Wilson and a 1st down.
Mayfield now from the 50.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. To throw, Mayfield. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield
working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Hall on a give up the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Second and a couple. Mayfield looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Boswell for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
But no, but don't let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mayfield to throw it. This pass out wide to Hall. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Throwing on 1st down. Crockett. And it's complete to Martin.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw.
Crockett. That's caught. It's Austin left side.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. The tight end in motion right. On 3rd down, Crockett. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go, set. Go street. Left wing 19.
Back to throw. Crockett. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked by Julian Love. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Mayfield now. Throw left side complete. That's more. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Jets.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Let's go now, let's go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Alert, 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 alert. What's up?
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll get the deficit back to 16.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey. From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Off play action. Crockett. They'll roll him out right toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Crockett. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Up the middle they go. Vincent. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Jets' 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. Crockett.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down. Crockett. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 4th down, Crockett. And he gives himself up, but not before he gets the conversion. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
On second down, Dillon.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Looking to throw on second down. Crockett got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
A give running right is Hall.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, Mayfield. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. Got to do it.
Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing, Mayfield.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Mayfield. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson
From 6 yards away.
And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Vincent. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
On first down, Crockett. And he whips that one incomplete there.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To throw on second down, Crockett eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Crockett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. DeMarvin Leal fighting through to bring him down that time. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now back to throw. A short one there with Freiermuth. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken right around the 44. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Here's Mayfield. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be stopped right there at the 31. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. A short one there to Freiermuth. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Mayfield now on 2nd down. Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have
themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. To throw, Mayfield.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Now 2nd and 5.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Mayfield with it once more.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
And they use your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline.
Sammy Sideline, you know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Mayfield now.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And this is going to be caught? No, they say it's incomplete. The 4th down pass from the 5 falls incomplete, and the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Dillon on the inside give. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Trying to take this home. They'll run.
Fights him off.
And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee.
Go.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's a win here for the Steelers, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for the Steelers, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. Then they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it's starting to look like it